It was only one time I ever thought about cheating on my ex-husband. One time. And it's because I was 25 with 2 kids and married, and all my friends was 25 and having a good time and living their lives. And this one nigga was able to come back and make me feel like I was 19 again. I ain't need to come or nothing. Just being around him made me feel young again because I felt like an old lady, and that's all I needed. Could he have if he stayed around? Yeah.
Damn, that's real. Yo, that's some real. No, she just said something real.
But it was nothing that my husband was doing. He was perfect at that time. That was me needing to fill a void that I didn't have in myself. Once I was able to get that, now no nigga can come around and make me feel nostalgia because I got it in me now.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the Devinwade Network. I am your host, Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Dangerous Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mama, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And of course, next to me, I got Slice Maximus.
Hey, yeah, you know what it is. 2 push-ups a night, man. If you're a workout buff, get in the gym, you need to do what I do. You can look like this.
The man built in the image of God himself.
There you go.
Also, very, very, very known to the channel, we have somebody very special. She's fresh off of a sneaky link, came right from the bull crib. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of rendezvous they had, but you could call her up 9 o'clock in the morning. She on the road somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Already coming back. We got Joe Rivers.
Hey.
And we got another special guest, very special guest that people have been waiting on for a long time. This woman went through a lot in her life. A lot. Went through a lot of shit with her old nigga. But then she went and glowed up on him. Looking different, feeling different. New career popping off. You know what I'm saying? And high demand. Nigga got to sit at home with that Jergens extra dry and beat his meat. You know what I'm saying? We talking about comedian Jay Lachey.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
And next to her, we got to watch this guy. He's very slick. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say about, you know what I'm saying, in sheep's clothing. We have a guy who is a professional podcaster, professional manipulator is what I would say, because the way he wins arguments and things like that. We have the man himself in the building, and he didn't charge me. We got Wolf in the building.
Hey. Happy to be here. Not a manipulator.
That sounds like something a manipulator would say.
It does. That does sound like that.
I walked into that one.
But you know, man, we gonna jump right into this, not to waste anybody's time. You know, Slice Maximus got all our questions, viewer questions on deck. Let's jump right into
keep
one.
Sending them in. Keep
Please
sending them in.
keep sending them
man.
to
Y'all
the
keep
DM.
this show rolling. Y'all ready?
Let's
See
go.
if we can help somebody. My husband cheated with my sister's best friend, and my sister is still hanging with her. I'm now divorced and struggling to rebuild my life, mentally and financially. I recently saw my sister's fiance on a date with some other woman. He walked up to me and said, "Let me explain." I told him, "No need to explain because I'm not going to say anything." I kind of want my sister to feel the same pain that I felt, and I kind of want her to get cheated on. I battle with keeping this secret, though, because I feel guilty sometimes, but I don't know. What y'all think I should do?
All right. So let's start with this with the manipulator.
Way to start it off.
Talk your way out of this.
Hold on, wait. Because you did have a book.
Yeah.
And I believe your book was called something, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. It was like cheating ain't cheating.
Cheating is not cheating.
I started reading it yesterday.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to that. That's some manipulator shit. But let's get your opinion on this.
I think she knows she wrong for not telling us. I don't know. Like, it's weird. I'm a man, so I'm gonna see that from a perspective of if I'm not probably gonna feel comfortable saying that, but that's your sister and your reasoning behind it, your intent behind it. I feel like it's dead wrong. Like, you only not telling her because you want her to feel what you felt because she cool with the person that was sleeping with your husband. But I just think that that's just vindictiveness at its finest. Like, nasty work.
Nasty work. You heard it from him yourself, Jay Lachey, man. I don't know if you've been, what you've been through in the cheating world. I think that face says it all. I mean, that said it all. Felt like it was some pain in there. How do you feel about this situation?
I'm big on integrity. So I don't care what you do to me. Who I am got to still shine through. So my thing is I'm never seeing my friend, homie, or an associate. I could see one of y'all people out. I'm saying something every time. Every time.
Now, this is interesting because a lot of people like I happen to be like close with my family, but I'm also very close to my friends, and I actually don't differentiate the two things because I'm the type of person that believes like, I mean, at the end of the day, family can be friends too, but they're just the people. That's just how you got to the earth. Everybody got to get there through a lineage. I actually think that there's something a little more special about people that you choose to be your friends. So it's very possible that the sister has more of a loyalty to her friend than she do to her sister. Just because they blood don't mean she might be like, yo, I might not even really rock with you if we didn't grow up in the same
and wrong
house.
is wrong. If she could do that to your sister, what is she doing to you? And if that's your sister, I'm sure she's been around your sister. Character is everything. The friend is a weirdo.
Damn.
Yeah, I think we could agree that the friend was wrong for doing that. But again, the sister is intentionally not telling her sister that her fiance is out here doing stuff for the intent to hurt her the way she was
Because she's hurt.
So when you talk about character and integrity, it's like the sister is displaying a lack of character.
So they're also basically you're saying like all these characters are fucked up.
Yeah,
Everybody
absolutely.
so if all these characters around is fucked up, who's the common denominator person?
All the niggas.
I'm about to say somehow I think it's gonna be the men, and somehow
All the niggas.
somehow.
All right, so I battle with this listening to this question when I first got it because I think about my how can you say homie, right? There's a chance that I'm not cool with my homie's brother. So if my homie's brother wife came and tossed me the pussy, right? What is my loyalty is only like, yo, you my man and all, but I don't even fucking know your brother that well.
It's too connected.
Yeah,
it's too connected. Hands off.
Hands off.
What type of situation do you put your homie in if his brother find out now and say the brother want to harm you? So it's like you put all of y'all in between a rock and a hard place.
Where do the fucking stop? Who do you not fuck?
I feel like at the end of the day, karma is going to get back whoever's doing anybody dirty at the end. That's how I operate in life. I don't have to get my get back because karma's going to get you back.
Right.
So as the sister that, is keeping the secret, I want to be blessed in the long run. Even though I've been through all of this hurt, I still want there to be a light at the end of the tunnel for me. So I'm going to tell my sister 9 times out of 10, she probably still going to stay with the nigga anyway. So it's like you already got cheated. You already getting cheated on by the man. So it's like even if you don't go nowhere, he's still going to keep doing you dirty. That's your karma anyway.
How many times, my fault, Joe, how many times do you come clean to that person, right? Females in particular, and then they turn on you?
That's a real thing because that could be. Now we adding shit. This isn't something somebody wrote. That's not what they wrote in there. But if there was situations in the past where it's like, yo, I've told her about niggas, and at the end of the day, she kept doing what she wanted to do. I got caught in the fucking middle, and all it did was make those people not fuck with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she might just be at the point like, yo, now I just kind of mind my business with the Jones. You know
if that's the case, you shouldn't feel guilty.
But the thing is, I go back to intent because she's intentionally withholding this.
No,
Right.
this one. I'm talking about the first one that's still hanging with the friend.
Oh, right.
Might have
Okay.
been on some
Right,
shit
right,
like,
right,
yo,
right.
I've seen
I got
this,
nothing to do with this. I'm minding my
like
business.
it's almost like, yo, you my best friend, you my sister, and I might treat y'all equal. And y'all in some bullshit right now, and I'm just turning a blind eye to it, and however y'all handle it,
I
and
think
that's fucked up, but
Fuck that.
I was gonna say, even to the first girl who sent the question, it's like, even if she was on the tip, like, all right, I'm not saying that because I don't want to hurt my sister, right? Because somebody might withhold something to protect you, like, yo, you better get your shit, like, check them, like, you better get your shit together. I'm not gonna break the news to her because I care about her, but you got to cut this shit out, or you better tell her. But with her saying like, nah, I want her to feel that pain, is like. But as far as in the best friend, her still being cool with the best friend, that is like a slippery slope because unless the sister is not that close with you anyway. Because we go back to what you're saying, like a relationship that's built could sometimes be more stronger than one that was just manufactured by blood ties. Because I might not even fuck with you and we could be related, but I could have real deal experience with you as a friend. And you could be my right hand, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing with friendships and stuff like that. There's like you said, real deal experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes people's loyalty is built off of shared experiences, shared trauma, shared crime.
Right.
Share like think like no, like a lot of shit. Like no, me and this motherfucker went and did this together. I'm kind of just riding with him even when he do some shit to.
Right.
I see it more with like cousins and shit like that. I've actually seen some of this type of stuff where it's just like he riding with his best friend over his cousin.
family.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Niggas
Right.
be really like beefing and shit like that too.
I do think it's grimy. So I think it's grimy to fuck with my homie's brother's wife or whatever. I said however it is if it was flipped
Anybody's
around,
wife
right?
is crazy.
Yeah, anybody. I used to have a different scenario.
Yeah.
I used to
Like
feel
you was a white
differently in
fucker?
Niggas
I was a
was-
white fucker. I was a heavy white fucker.
Yo, and so hold on. Let's
Oh my God.
because
Yeah, I'm
what
asking.
she said right here. This is what a lot of people believe. One, I'm gonna say you're right as a disclaimer right now, right? You are correct because she looking at me like she got the pistol. She reaching for something. She looked like she like reaching. You're correct, but a lot of people what they say when you're the outside person, as you say, if me and Wolf had a business partnership, right, where he developed houses, right, and you're a housing developer. He developed houses, and I sell flooring. And we have a joint where he only supposed to buy, I'm only supposed to sell flooring to him. Then you meet me and I tell you like, yeah, I got a contract or whatever, but I sell you the flooring. In business, you will buy the flooring from the cheapest person you can because you like, I don't got no contract with Wolf. If you,
But you do.
I do. So I'm in violation. You as the extra person coming in like, man, I got nothing to do with their contract. If he gonna sell me the supplies that I need,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy them. And that's how
That's
people look at relationships because it's the same way they say, y'all got an agreement together as a
don't.
married couple.
I don't.
The outside person that walks in often feels like you dedicated yourself
You
to that
took a
man.
vow to
You
God.
took a vow to with that man. I didn't take no vow to neither one of y'all, and that's why they'll step in and still sleep with the woman.
I hear people say that a lot,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, wrong is still wrong. If that person is doing that to the wife, to the person they supposed to be loyal to, the most loyal to, if you could do that to her, what you gonna do to me?
See,
Give
that
me-
difference- hold on.
give
That's
me
another
pussy.
thing.
What is the
Wait,
difference between
no,
relationship
no, give me pussy.
and pussy?
That's
So
what-
if I'm looking for a relationship from this person, of course the foundation is fucked up. The
Yes.
trust can never go where we want it to go. But if I just want to feel that wet gushy,
It's wet, gushy everywhere. Right
That's
everywhere.
fact.
and
You
it's
get
right
somebody
here.
else.
His
You can
wife
get somebody
is
else.
standing right here. His wife is right here.
Get somebody else to do it.
Why?
Because you have integrity.
said
You're
why?
supposed to have integrity.
I have no loyalty to neither.
It
one of
don't
these
matter.
parties.
As,
What about
as your friend,
yourself?
me as a friend, I don't want to be hanging out with somebody that's capable of doing something like that.
Exactly,
Just like
exactly.
she said, if you do that to her, my own sister that you got to see sometimes.
Oh, not
No,
that.
you gonna do it to me.
You
So
going somewhere else. You going somewhere
yeah.
else.
So
I agree
we're
with you
talking
there.
about in general the extra person that's just fucking. Not this. Not
You talking about flooring.
So the thing is,
They gonna lay the floor.
No, because we veered off. The only reason why we veered off, y'all, is because when Jay brought up the fact of like, if you could fuck with a married person, period. So we kind of veered to
but
conquer
it's crazy
that.
because I'm more like I understand where they're coming from in regards to that because again, like it's like that is an integral thing, and it's like for me, I look at it like when I was younger, I was all heavy. I fuck a nigga, bitch. I don't care. You know what I mean? But as I got older, I started to value unions that even wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, I feel like it's the circumstances are like, and this is the only circumstances that I can look at. It's like, say if you have genuine interest in a woman, and you genuinely want to pursue her, she's in a fucked up predicament, and you have every intent on if her ship sink, you willing to, you know, because you pursuing her for that right. Then it's like, all right, I can understand a man heavily pursuing a woman, but if you're just doing it with the sole purpose of just fuck her, niggas do it, but I can understand where it's like, you know, it's like you putting yourself in a position where it's like you could either have some issues with this man behind the situation, and if the pussy worth it, then go ahead.
Hold on,
You know what I'm saying?
now you said a key part to that. You said if she was in like a fucked up situation. What if she was in a great situation, right?
Yeah.
She's in a great situation, but you meet a woman, like I walk out, I see Jay Lachey, I like her, I go to holler at her, she like, I'm married. But niggas got rebuttals. At the end of the day, if my mind is like, dog, listen,
I'm getting her.
I want her. Like, I'm not trying to just sleep with, I want that woman. And niggas will pursue and
Yeah.
pursue until she do whatever on her man, and in some relationships come from that, and they do ride off and be.
Yeah.
I know some people who started off married to other people, you know what I'm saying? And then that's just what it was, because a nigga was like, dog, I'm ready to violate anything. I want that woman.
But remember, Slice was just saying, nah, I just want to feel that good shit.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So
Yeah,
when
that's
you just
different.
trying to fuck, it's like that's your intent. You really just basically going to sabotage a relationship and then going about your business. Niggas do it. I can't say that I'm still a man, so I can't say that a nigga necessarily wrong, but it's just different levels to the character and integrity.
Right,
Because some men don't see it as wrong, because it's like, in that regard, where's my loyalty to? But when it's friends, like, I don't even look at my homies' sisters or they wives or they exes. It's like, it's too many girls out here, and I don't want to be around a man that could find my woman attractive. It's like, if you can't turn down your horny when you get in the presence of certain women, because it's like, I never even fucked none of my homies' cousins. Like, you know, when I was younger, I'd fuck one of my homies' cousins, but on his blessing.
A nigga was about to be in the comments like, you lying.
This nigga got manners.
You asked him.
I asked before I did it, but it was times like, even like I check in with the homie, yo, what's this? You feel me now? You know what I mean? It's like, if my homie was to say, nah, like this ain't that, you know what I mean? I'm speaking to my past because I'm in a relationship as it stands today, but I'm just saying, like, at the time, it's like, I didn't have homies in jail. They'll call home. They didn't been locked up for years. Damn, yo, I know you used to fuck him such and such. What's up with it? Because I never want to create that wedge between me and my homie. Because think about it like this. Nothing can turn a nigga more jealous and envious of you than you having an admiration from his woman. And that could be your brother. So like, she could do some subtle shit like, oh, I think your brother's so nice. Now you looking at your brother like, nigga, what the fuck you doing there? Got my girl thinking
That's crazy.
Or anything, you know what I'm saying? It could be a subtle compliment, and then they had you looking in a way, and it's like, I don't even want to put that perspective on one of my homies to where they sizing me up like, well, damn, why my girl keep her, like how the chick just said on your last episode or one of the episodes, then she wanted to fuck the friend because he checked her. Nah, man, I try to steer clear of that because I know how easily susceptible women could be.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm agreeing. We're going back to the second part because we kind of hopped around with it. Not just dealing with a married woman and you totally out of the loop. I don't agree with fucking nobody when you shake their hand, like their partner. So if it's my best friend's brother, it would be off limits because it's almost like an extension to my best friend. That's the reality.
Absolutely. Oh, because you know niggas too. Niggas will, you know what, we've spoken about this, I believe, on Talk Heavy, where a nigga will avoid a nigga because he wants his girl.
I heard, I think I've seen y'all talking about that.
And that's integral.
But literally, it's like, I never want to meet him. I've seen him on the grid. Oh, him slide out. Like,
I'm not shaking his hand.
I'll never, because I already know if I ever see that woman out, I'm on her top. I want her. I don't want to know that nigga.
You know what?
The minute somebody introduce, yo, this is my man Mike, and y'all shake hands, now I can't.
And that's how I feel. I feel that same exact way. Once if I'm in your presence, I'm not. Just something about it.
And a lot of women don't have that. Like, I was going, yo, a lot of women could be like, yo, this is my girlfriend, all that type of shit, and then that shit will go complete. And I feel like it's almost like accepted more in the culture of this country or whatever. It happens often. That
no, white people get into that heavily. Like, it's not even nothing. So, I was dating this white guy, and he said to me, did you take my friend's number? Don't take it. He said, if my friend asks you for your number, just don't give it to him. I said, well, that's not even a thing. I don't do stuff like that. I mean, you guys could exchange numbers or become friends. I said, but why? Why would we ever do that?
Yeah.
But he was like, I mean, it happens all the time. I said, no, I don't. Is that a cultural thing? He said, yeah. They freak each other's spouses. That's just what they get into.
They'll marry each other.
And still be friends.
I have a whole sector like of friends that are either white or what we say white acting. You know what I mean? Like they're mostly all white, but then there's some black characters in there.
Oreos.
I don't like using those type of terms.
Zebra.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's supposed to be actually mixed niggas. But now these ain't mixed niggas. These are just niggas that be on like the black character on Power Rangers or some shit like that.
Okay,
exactly. All right, cool.
Like that type of shit. And in that world,
no shape up.
In that world,
fuck the shape up.
That's crazy. They don't fuck with the same kind of shape up. But in that world, they do that. Like if somebody break up or something like that, or they get a divorce, they literally just date each other's people. and it's not even taken. They don't take as much offense to it at all.
Yeah.
I literally done been out down AC, and you could see the couple exchanges. So the same way you watch those shows growing up, whether it was a Saved by the Bell, something, and the characters would all be dating each other at different times, that's a real thing. It wasn't like fictitious. They don't, I think our people is a more of a pride thing. We have a lot of pride and ownership over other people, and they have it a little bit less, I guess. I mean, I ain't saying they don't go and kill their wife over some shit. We know that happens, but they do swap off like that.
I mean, if you think about it, if you done with it and you ain't doing anything with it, and I find this piece valuable, I can see, all right. I mean, I wouldn't do it. That's not me. But I'm saying, if you done with it and it's not going anywhere and you're never going to go back to it, and I find value in it, why can't I go in? I can see where somebody could think like that.
So I just want to change this, because for me, having these discussions, it's more than just helping the person. We do want to help them with their exact question, but for me, sometimes the scenario brings up other things just so I could get take a temperature on what people feel about things. If this scenario was a little bit different, and it was the sister's ex, it was the girl that wrote in, it was her ex, and she don't like that her ex is now dating her sister's friend, right? And so if we broke up, they wasn't cheating or nothing, but now I feel away like my sister's friend is fucking with my old dude.
That's still a violation.
Always.
Still a violation.
I'm still saying something too.
Yeah.
Every time I'm saying something.
But that goes to what you just said about the value thing. You just said
I'm
if you're
just
not
saying,
going back to it and it's valuable.
I can understand where somebody could think like that. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying something every time, and you do with it what you will. If you ain't gonna fuck with me no more, cool. If you're not gonna talk to me no more, I'm fine with that. But I'm letting you know.
But I do think proximity plays a part in that particular matter, because if you and your sister ain't that close and this is your best friend, the best friend would know the proximity of the relationship, maybe even more than the sister. Like the best friend might know you don't even fuck with your sister like that to think this is okay. You get what I'm saying?
They have sisters.
So yeah. Because I don't give a fuck if they was real.
Because that's interesting, because that person doesn't make a difference if they just fucking with each other, or if you see like, damn, this really is a good match. They really rock with each other. Like I just saw a dude, he was giving a toast. It was on Instagram, but it was somebody's wedding. He was doing the toast as the best man, but he made a joke to be like, he was describing the first time he met the dude's wife. But he said, but the crazy part is, it was on a date with me. And everybody started laughing in the joint. He was like, this, she met my homie right here. And and talked about how, and they kind of like joked about it. And everybody was in the comments like, boy, really salty on the low, whatever. Yeah. But in those worlds, sometimes people see like, yo, this person just, they more fit for each other.
That's
Y'all
true,
wasn't fit.
right. But here's the thing, and I know this is a tough one to swallow. It depends on how happy you are in your relationship.
100%.
That's true.
Even in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like if let's say my ex is fucking with one of my homies, right, at this point, I think I'm only really pissed if I'm not fulfilled or complete here. So if I got a beautiful wife and I'm totally happy and I'm like, yo, that was the past, he wants to deal with something not here already, cool. Right. I wish them all the best graces, because I got some exes. I wish them the best. I don't give a fuck who they deal with.
Right.
Because I'm also happy in my situation.
That's real.
But you know what I mean? And that's tough.
But I still think, even with that, right? Because like I got a pretty tight friend group. I feel like we still got women that's just off limits. It don't matter. Right. It's like you get your like 3 to 5.
That is kind of possessive.
That's just untouchable for life. Like no matter, like, and it's not. It's not. It ain't even got nothing to do with if you happy or if you still. It's just one of them things where that might have been a significant person at that time in your life. And even if you don't feel nothing, there's everything in the past, nothing in the future, your homie's still not supposed to tread those waters.
The truth is you still feel something.
Hold on. So let me ask you.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth.
I'll open to
how you feel. I just want to breeze by this. Your new girl, can she know who those? Who those 5
But that means it is still funny.
Say it again, Jayla.
Look, so listen, this is the thing. For me, like, I'm a transparent person, so like I wouldn't care, but it's like, can she handle knowing?
But can you handle knowing her 5? Like, listen, when they come to Timmy, Todd, Ted, they got my number.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike.
No, she gotta keep that shit down. So I feel like this, right? Cause like, let's be real, right? Let's be real. I feel like even though I can handle it, I just don't think women can maintain a connection with two men. I don't think it's possible. I don't even think women can.
You got two women sitting right here.
Hold on.
Which means they could speak. I'm not saying they can't fuck with. I'm talking about like that in depth. I'm not saying this man can't have left an impression on him. I'm not saying they can't respect him forever. I'm saying being in love and having those type of strong feelings and connections.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Ladies?
I think it is possible, but I can't do it. I'm the type, if I'm in love with one person, that they're consuming my mind. Like, I can't. There's no space for another nigga.
No, hold on. I'm sorry to cut everybody off. You can be in love with this person, right? Mm-hmm. But there's not another person out here that you truly love. Not in love with, but know like, yo, if this nigga down bad, I'm coming to help him.
That's just the nurturing nature of a woman,
It depends.
That fuck with you.
It depends.
This is no, not anybody.
I just want you to know. I can see Joe Rivers' face the whole time, and she's really putting a
Y'all
lie
starting
together.
to get to know me real good.
She's like, how I'm gonna put this?
How can I not sound like I'm not shit?
Yeah.
But I even look at it like this. I feel like even if you think I don't know, man. I just feel like I said, the women here, they can feel free to adjust the perspective or enlighten me, but I really just don't think it's like possible. Now it's different when a woman have a connection with a man and she like, well, I'ma always care about you. So if you're down bad, I will come through for you. But I just don't think that they can maintain that real connection. Because even if a chick you fucking with, a nigga slide in, that connection is broken. You have to rebuild a new connection with her. Because once that connection is broken, it's just as thin as a fucking strand of hair. Like,
so I would beg to differ, and I want to know what Jay Lachey was going to say with that. The only reason why I said I would beg to differ is one, anything that I've done in my whatever you want to call it player days, I never thought that it was exclusively to me. Like, I'm just that nigga. I knew if I'm doing this, millions of others are, and I'm saying this. I watched women that I knew was in love with their dude. Mm. I don't know what the special thing about me was when I would rear my head, when I would pop in, that I could grab their attention for some kind of period. Now, they always was going to really go back to the person they really, really fuck with. But I had enough of them that I could come in there and disrupt for a nice little segment, make them do some shit.
Make the relationship come out.
Make them do some shit that they didn't want to do, but then they would cut me off again. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't love. They wasn't in love with that other person. That's the thing, bro. Like when a woman is in love, you're not accessing her. They not think about a woman that's not interested in you. She's not even going to speak to you. So this is why us as men understand when a woman is giving a man any type of attention, it's some type of attraction there or some type of interest. Even if it's strictly platonic, we know that a woman ain't going to give a man access to her. So if you still able to access that woman, she's not in love.
I think
she might be there for security.
I disagree.
I know. I think sometimes, well, for me, it seemed like it was almost like nostalgia.
Because
what happened was,
and that's strong.
Because what happened was, it's not that I walked in
that.
as a new person. It was like me and Dev had this dope ass thing, and whatever happened, something just didn't play out. Just the scenario, maybe it wasn't no fallout.
Yeah. I get it. I got a lot of those.
Nothing bad happened. It was he was busy and had to go here. I started fucking with Mike. I keep using Mike.
Mike.
Listen.
Hey, Mike, you better watch this nigga.
He fucking all your bitches. He fucking all your chicks, Mike.
Hold on, that's your
second time talking about this Mike.
But so when I would find a way to slither back in, it's that interest of like, damn, I do want to know what's going on with him. You know, it's real easy for people to be the perfect version of themselves for a short period of time.
100%.
But I wanted to go different than sliding back in with this type of love. Like, cause some of the bonds I got with some exes, it ain't really on ever wanting to sliver back in or ever even on no intimate type time. It's just like, we done been through some experience, some family connections that no matter who I'm with in love, like secretly, if they call me like, yo, I'm down bad, I need $100, you can never tell your woman this, but I probably slide the $100 through Dev. Like,
I can never tell my woman this.
Wait, he just told his woman,
Dev, give it $100 for me. But I have no
that's the provider. I'm sorry for reaching over your face. That's the provider in you. That's not the same.
But I think it would go the other way even from a woman.
No, I'm telling you, listen, if they are truly in love with somebody, their mind is not going to work in that way. Now, coming through, they might feel sorry for you because that's in their nature as well, to show empathy and be nurturing. But you talking about coming through for somebody in their time of need is just a provider in you. You would do that for a woman you halfway fuck with if you could. If you just had it like that. So I wouldn't attach that to that, but I understand what you're saying in terms of that connection being still present, because I did have experiences when a woman might go through a vulnerable stage and she's more comfortable coming back to a person that's familiar than moving on with somebody brand new.
She remember when you didn't have a beard. Yo, she laid up with you when you ain't had a beard.
But again, that's a very intricate time gap and window that I feel like it can be exploited if she forgets for a moment or a second that she's in love with the person she's with and she's in that vulnerable space. But again, when that love is present, no, it's not happening. And I feel like we could tell ourselves what we want about who we are, because sometimes we hold on to who they used to be. And we like, man, I fucked her 10 years ago. I know I can still fuck her if I catch up with her, because that shit was... But the whole time, we got to, in our mind, rebrand who she might be, because I'm not saying that she ain't got that part somewhere deep down inside for you, but it's not present unless that love is rocky and shaky, and then it finds its way back to the surface. It's dormant. You know how they say certain things can lie dormant? Right. It's dormant, but it's not present.
Go ahead, Jalen. Say
I hear you talking about love a lot, and I don't know if that has anything to do with love other than disrespect. I think that's more of a respect thing, to not go back to somebody that you shouldn't be with. And I just learned something about myself just recently. I don't think I ever was in love with niggas or ever been in love with men. I think, I don't want to say I'm narcissistic, that I've always been in love with who I am, and I project who I am on the people, because I had to ask myself, why can I like somebody so much and then not real quick? Like, when it's done, it's done. Was it ever love? What was that? And I looked at something up, and it said something like, I'm an emophiliac, which means you fall in love deeply and easily with people. But then once I get to know niggas, like, it's like a 2-month thing. After 2 months, I'm like, you're not who you said you were. But why did I think you were? And I realized it's because I am projecting who I am.
You creating this portrait on this
I can create it real fast, but what I learned is I don't think I'll ever get my heart broken again, because I feel like I have everything I need, right? So I feel like everything is already in me already. I already have everything. So if you happen to come along, because niggas will ask me this, let me, how can you love me so fast? What is that? Well, if I already love and respect these things, and you have these things, and you come in, I can say I love you if you have these things truly and honestly. But these are things that I already have within myself, which 100%. Is why niggas be scared. Like, oh, do you love me for real, for real? I don't think I do. I think I love me. And if you have these things, then I love you too. So going back to the nostalgia thing, it was only one time I ever thought about cheating on my ex-husband. One time. And it's because I was 25 with 2 kids and married, and all my friends was 25 and having a good time and living their lives. And this one nigga was able to come back and make me feel like I was 19 again. I ain't need to fuck him or nothing. Just being around him made me feel young again, because I felt like an old lady, and that's all I needed. Could he have fucked if he stayed around? Yeah.
Damn, that's real. Yo, that's some real. She just said some real shit.
But it was nothing that my husband was doing. He was perfect at that time. That was me needing to fill a void that I didn't have in myself. Once I was able to get that, now no nigga can come around and make me feel nostalgia, because I got it in me now. But you gotta be able to be with yourself long enough to love yourself, like yourself, and then can't nobody come in and give you something that you're missing. You got it already.
Like, and to your point about, like you said, it's easy for you to love people because, like you said, you see the love within yourself. So it's like that projection is actually is easy to do, because we see what we do like and don't like in others, because it's a reflection of who we are. So the things that irritate us most about other people is because deep down inside, these are things that irritate us about ourselves. So the same could be true in reverse. It's like, now I do love you, not like in love, because I was speaking more to the in love thing, but to the love part, it's like, it's easy for you to love people when you love yourself. But if you hate yourself, then you're going to find reason to hate people, because it's going to come on natural, like, why they act like that, or why they so happy, or why, because these are all of the things that either are not present in you that you wish you had, or are present in you that you don't like about yourself. So you projecting it, but in a negative way. So I agree with that.
You do attract who you are. And once I had to look at both my baby daddies and say, what the hell made me get these niggas? And I look back and I'm like, oh, I wasn't responsible. I wasn't disciplined. I was really messed up. I didn't think I was at that time, but that's how I got these niggas. Now I got 2 kids that I got to really try to fix because of who I was at that time.
So you think you're capable of being in love? My fault, I just had that.
Yeah, I love everybody. I'm telling you, in love. Absolutely.
In love.
Absolutely. Yes, I fall in love. So, I be in love because I think I am love.
You sure you're not at love for a little bit?
Now, Can you break that down?
you was. I'm saying like you breezed past it. Is that what's that endorphins feeling of being high, y'all?
Dopamine,
That dopamine. That's
yes.
something for that.
Infatuation is what they call it.
Yeah, now I'll be infatuated too, but
do you love somebody through their imperfections unconditionally?
Yes, that's the problem.
I'm not talking about an understanding way because, and this kind of, I want to make sure I'm phrasing this right. I'm more so saying like literally unconditionally, like without any condition.
You know, now that I'm older, I don't love anybody unconditionally. I really
don't
can't.
either.
I need conditions. When I was younger, I loved it. It didn't matter what you did, but that's because I was missing something in myself. I don't know.
Also, unconditional don't mean without boundaries. So like just because I love you unconditionally don't mean
I love you without boundaries.
Yeah, like I can love you from a distance unconditionally. I can love you for who you are unconditionally.
I can't.
No,
I'm not doing that no more.
Nah, I think unconditional, like there's conditions. There's something a person could do to make me be like, no.
Absolutely.
I hate this person. It's possible to go that far where it's like, hold the fuck on. And people will be like, well, if you hate them now, then you never loved them. No, I did.
Yeah, 100%.
This person, because life is a journey. And a person will be somebody different in the year 2006 than they are in the year 2026.
Absolutely.
100%.
I'm talking about a totally different
100%.
motherfucker. So I don't love unconditional.
So let's anybody. I'm a parent. We parents. Anybody?
Yeah.
I feel like just your kids.
I'm about to ask. So it's like because the same concept can be true about our children. Who they are at 8 years old is not who they are at 16 years.
You can hate your kids.
You can hate your
Of
kids
course.
later on in life.
People
Damn,
have in the black community, it happens all the time. Look, I mean, I feel like love be skipping generations. I look at my mom with my kids, I be like, damn, where was this at? You know, I
Right,
was like,
that's true.
I love you too. My mom apologizes now, and it's nice to see it. But
Because think about this,
Different person.
even with kids, like in those situations, a lot of times what people are in love with, if they say, or love about their kids, if your kid grows up to just be an all-around scumbag, like I'm talking about top to bottom, this nigga's grimy, he rob, he steal, he's just
Everything
liar.
you get,
He feel
yeah.
like you done gave him a good home, everything, but he just manipulate the. I never had nothing. Ain't nobody never did nothing for me. You know, it be them niggas.
Right.
But what parents hold on to is that sweet version of them when he was 5 and he used to do this. So they always go back to looking at the pictures. Remember when he just loved this TV show, and because that was the version of him that didn't develop his own, like this is his shit.
Right.
But once it got to a certain point, like we already know, some of these kids, they kill their parents for the money, insurance money. If you feel like you can't even show your kid your insurance policy you got for them because you know how he is. Like, and that's a bad joint right there. You know what I mean? And there are bad apples in kids where it's like this. My one son is capable of killing my other son. Like,
real rap. And you got to be pay attention to that. I'm really trying to raise good people, right? You got to understand you're raising your grandkids' parents. So if we look at it like a job and people don't really do it, they're interning that life. When people have interns, they're not that nice to them. I'm not saying be mean, but you got to really be stern. Yeah. I had to find that balance, especially because I'm a single mom. My daughter, I'd be like, yo, what is your intentions, dog? Like, why do you do the things you do to your brother? We're going to have a conversation about this because it's not the fact that you did it, but I need to know why you did that. Yeah. Why would you take his glass? And I'm going to let you know that I know that you did it and why. We're going to talk about this. Oh, no, I didn't steal his glasses. No, you stole them. So now you stole them and you lied to me about it and you depriving him of his vision. Why are you doing something like that? Right. Let's get to the bottom of that.
Right, because it's about building their character. Even in my second book, The Art of Accountability, I feel like I harp on that. It's like we are raising the kids. And it's like I feel like people are watching their kids grow up, but not raising them. Right? It's like you seeing them grow up, and you thinking that the changes are just going to occur. Because most parents are afraid to be disliked by their children, but you cannot be afraid to be disliked because you know you're doing it out of love. You get what I'm saying?
Once you get past that part, it's so easy.
And it's funny because I got 2 daughters, right, and then I got a bonus daughter. Whatever kid may be. My oldest daughter is 14, and my youngest is 8, and then my stepdaughter is 11. Okay. So all in all, it's like. When my first daughter was born, for the first 2 years, I was 16 years old. So it's like I'm a boy with a kid, And I'm trying, and in my head, I got this idea for being this good. I want to be this good dad. I want to be this perfect dad. But mind you, at the same time, I had a baby with a woman that I never really dealt with. So now I had to learn how to deal with her. And it was like more of a, this is my baby. And you only can see my baby when I wanted you to see my baby. So no matter how hard I tried, and then she would take the baby and then call me a deadbeat. So it's like I'm getting cooked on this end and I can't even see my kid. But I harbored on the 2 years that I couldn't really get her. And I guilted myself. So for the first maybe 3 years beyond that point, I wasn't really parenting. I was just trying to make up for that time and feeling bad. And then I had this brother-in-law. Well, it was my sister's ex-husband, best friend. And I call him my brother-in-law too. Long story short, he had like 7 daughters. So I just asked him, I said, yo, like, how the hell do you deal with like raising all them girls, their attitude, they get mad? He said, man, I don't give a fuck. When it's all said and done, I'm still their dad. That was all I needed to hear, because from that point on, it was not about making up the time. It was like, nah, regardless of how she feel, I'm her dad. So that means I have to raise her the way I see the world, so that she doesn't get fucked over when she get older.
Because
and say,
you're not going to be here forever.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just the
That's
point.
the reality of it.
Yeah, that's the training ground.
And
man.
I know we got a lot because we got to wrap
My
up and
fault,
help
my
this
fault.
person. No.
we're gonna
But
have-
also with kids, man, and I'll say this, man, I think parenting them is fucked up because we're so focused on trying to give them what we didn't have that they're
That's
not
true.
learning no fucking lessons of
no,
what we learned from
it's
that.
true.
Accountability, no nothing.
I'm 100% guilty of that. Like sometimes I'll be wondering, like, damn, would it have been better for him to have the struggles that I
Absolutely.
had?
I feel like it.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it builds your
Because
character.
also it's the spoiledness too. Like the spoiledness, like because they got things so much easier, they don't even appreciate stuff. I'm talking about down to like bare necessities like food. Me and my girl was just talking this morning about how he just get like just not eat his throw food away. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The
Because
appreciation.
it's endless. It's like from something like that to the most expensive game systems, VR. They don't even appreciate things the same way.
They
You
don't.
know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
can't
can't.
appreciate something that's given to
Exactly.
you. And one day I went home and I said, I said, new world order in this house. Things are going to change. My kids were scared because they was taking advantage of me so bad. My daughter I put her in therapy. She told the therapist, I'm horrible, all these things. So I asked the therapist, well, what did she say about her father? Oh, she raved about him.
amazing.
He's amazing. I said, you know, she see him once a year. Talk to him once a year on her birthday.
Wow.
Really? So I said, first of all, you got a bed, you got food. They think that you're supposed to give them this shit. Yes, you're supposed to shelter them and feed them, but you ain't gotta feed them the stuff you feed them, bread and water. Do that. no, do that. My daughter wanna say, you're supposed to feed us. I know.
They said
But
the same
take
shit
it
to me.
They
away
believe
from them and make them earn it now. They're gonna go crazy. Like, what the hell is going on? Take the bed. Here go a sheet and here go a pillow. And once you start cleaning this room up, we'll start adding things one by one. And I'm telling you, the character's gonna change.
yo, you're a real.
That's the
Yo,
way
you're a
to
real
roll.
Take that
one.
game
Yo,
system.
Listen,
Take
no.
that
'Cause
fucking
the game system bare minimum. Like,
Hands
y'all,
up to 85. Let's play that.
Hit the breakers in the wintertime.
Go
let that
outside,
motherfucker
go
freeze
outside,
fire.
run around.
Yeah, go outside.
But to you, just going back to it, like you said, we can't appreciate anything that was given to us. Just think about the lessons we've learned in life. It was only by way of experiences that often included consequences. So without those experiences, you don't become who you are. So if we think that we can filter out life to avoid our kids from having traumatic experiences, we become the trauma. Oh, my mom ain't do this, my dad ain't do that. It's like, what? I did all of this to prevent you from going through those things. Or you was too strict and you ain't let me go out. So it's like, you literally have to coach your children through life. Like, you have to put them on the field. Like, you coach kids and you know, like, all right, I'm going to tell you what to do and what not to do. And I'm going to hope you follow through with the play. But I'm also going to have grace enough to understand that you might get out there and see something that I didn't see, or think you saw something that you were supposed to do and make a
And it's
fucked up
still
choice.
discipline.
And then I got to just discipline you accordingly to the decisions you make. But yeah, I do think that the kids have to, because I don't feel like kids should, unless you rich, I don't think you should buy your kids designer because you wear designer. And the reason I say this is because they don't understand the value of it. So it's
That's
like,
true.
Facts.
I'm not saying that somebody might be like, well, if you could buy yourself designer, you should, but it's
I
like,
always
nah,
argue
fuck
against
That
that.
sound crazy.
No, I was like, no, because you got a job.
Yes.
You get, like, when people be like, you ain't gonna have your kids in the bullshit. It's like, nobody said put your kid in bullshit. Nobody
Like, why
said
the
that.
designer
But
or
you
bullshit?
don't. But you don't put
You don't need
a
Gucci.
fucking diamond chain on a baby if you know he'll just throw that shit down,
Yeah.
play with it, and throw it down a drain.
Or worse, you don't want that to be his intro to the finer things, especially for brazen men, because you don't want him to feel entitled when he get
entitled.
older, to think that this stuff is just given to me because my parents. You want it to be some sense of earnings. Like, it's like, all right, because you have straight A's, you get this stuff.
Yeah.
when you don't get straight A's, like you said, you get the necessities. Like
Now,
you
let me listen. I know you gonna go ahead.
I know. I'm gonna just say this, and then don't fall for this one, because what the kid will do is this. Let's say they don't want to go get their A's, they don't want to get their B's, they want to fuck up in school. They'll fuck up the whole time, knowing if you just do this, you'll get this stuff. Keep getting the bad grades, never get the stuff, and just be like, my parents never bought me nothing nice. But it's like they don't. But there's
no accountability.
They're not holding themselves accountable to saying, oh, it's because I always brought home straight D's.
Right.
That was always there for me to do.
Pause.
The problem.
God damn.
Pause. And if your kid do bring home straight D, if your son do bring
At least
home
the D straight.
D, no, or gay D, you can't treat them how you did in 1984. You got to accept them.
I'm going around the room, so let's wrap this up. The first part. Yes or no? Do she tell? We got to bring it back. Do she tell her sister?
I say she should tell her sister, and then whatever happens after that.
Go ahead, Wolf. I'm on you.
I think she need to better her intentions behind what she's doing. If she's going to tell her, if she's not telling her for the simple fact that she wanted to hurt, I think that she shouldn't withhold that. But if she trying to protect her and feel like it's none of her business, then I feel like that's her decision to make.
I'm telling.
I'm telling.
I'm going to tell, but I'm also going to add on the other part. I wish that you would have, what I'm about to do, the service I'm about to do for you is, as family, I would have expected you to do for me. I've actually thought about not saying nothing, and I thought, let me be the bigger person, and I'm going to let you know and then explain. So at least maybe she walks away with knowing, like, we was actually in the same position,
Right.
and
I did something different.
I chose
That's a
this.
good
You know what I'm
Very
saying?
good. Very well said.
And I agree with everything Dev said. And just for the record, y'all said, what should she do? If it was me, I would have definitely presented it exactly like that. Like, because that's my character. But for
Give
her,
that
I think
tape up.
Let's help somebody else.
I got one more. I got one more.
Let's help somebody,
I
man.
got two more, but we only want to do one more. Let me pick one. All right, here we go.
Pick the good one.
All right, I got one. Y'all ready at home? Me and my wife have been together since in high school. I got her pregnant senior year, and it changed both our lives. Neither of us went to college. My grades suck ass anyway. My grades suck, but she had damn near straight A's. She was in the choir, and she always wanted to be a singer. She can sing amazingly, to be honest, but all those dreams had to take a back seat for our first son. That was 19 years ago. Now my wife wants to pick up where she left off and pursue a singing career. Spending too much of our money in the studio, time on producers, and won't tell her the truth that they only want her money or want to fuck her. Damn, that's where you going with it.
Damn.
We already know how them conversations go at night.
Shit.
They just want to fuck.
He said, ain't no way she gonna be an R&B singer at almost 40 years old.
Oh, wow.
Damn, he's a hater.
Horrible.
She got talent and she's beautiful, but she's old and she's old enough to be a grandma. She's a mother of two and my wife. How do I tell her to just give this shit up without hurting her feelings?
You can't,
He
because when
corny.
it's in somebody, especially a dream like that, I'm a singer, so I know how it is when you dream about it, when you get up and you it's always on your mind. It's never going to go anywhere. So what I feel like, if he was a real one, what he should do is buy her a studio set up in a crib,
So she's
right?
not gonna win.
Let her go to Trax Got Sessions where he teaches lessons. Sign up with Trax, and but it's other people that, like, you can be there with her. Why don't you go with her? That way she can't get taken advantage of if she got her man in the building with her showing her support, and then that's going to make her feel better also.
No, that's a valid thing. And who said you can't be an R&B singer at 40?
Exactly. 2 Chainz didn't even start really popping off until like 42 after he changed his name from Titty Boy.
And I mean, and we live in the era of, like, where it's a community for everybody.
Absolutely.
So, like, 40-year-olds don't like 20-year-old R&B.
Facts.
So she can literally make a career catering to her generation and be extremely successful. But from the husband's perspective, I understand what he's trying to say, because he's looking at it logically. Like, you're exhausting our funds and our resources for something that he don't believe in. You know what I mean? So to your point, it's like, all right, you know, like, you can find alternate ways to offset the cost. Like, you ain't trying to pay for the studio, put the studio in the house, show your support.
Facts.
And let her know that, you know, that how you feel, I guess. Like,
I'm with supporting any dream of my
Yeah,
partner, right?
like-
'Cause I want her to live life. Like, I believe this shit's so short. I don't agree with fucking up the money where we hungry and homeless.
Yeah.
Man, I don't get that fucked up.
That's
Like,
why I said the own
that's why
studio
I said
setup, right?
we would have to sit down and really work on finances, but I think you pull that dream away from her, you like rip the soul out of her, and then you might as well let her go because she's gone.
You might end your relationship with that.
This joint is tough because, well, one, he don't sound like he's ever been a part of the industry, and there are true things. Is it harder for a person that's older? Yes. When they look at the new girls that's coming out, what they look like. He didn't describe her if she's.
He said she's beautiful.
I mean. That's his
better.
wife.
Body style.
He just put that in. That was a
But I'm
dagger.
talking about the body style, stuff like that. I don't know what the genre sounds like. If the music is dated, whatever the case may be, you have to support. It has to be some support there. I do like the idea that you said about the home studio. Now that could be rebutted. That could be a situation like, I can't be doing it. I need to work with I need to be in the best places. I ain't got much time. I need to go all out with this shit.
That's true.
And people can feel very passionate about their art, and this stuff is expensive. I mean, I own a studio. We're in one now. This background or room that you see right here is just one of many in this large facility. But it can get expensive paying for that, producers getting beats made,
videos.
So when he sees some of this type of stuff, and who knows what I think some of this might be is what he thinks other people think. I think that men go through that when they rap. Like, what's her mom saying about my mixtape? Oh, this nigga he trying to drop a mixtape. Oh man, it gets frowned upon. But I do believe that he has to find some kind of middle ground, and advise her about the wolves, because if she is looking like some niggas will take advantage.
150%. The industry is the most predatory when it comes to
And if she missed a lot of that time, when we start talking about the nostalgia, in the studio, most of the people younger. Now you in there with these niggas, and oh man, it's hard to explain. Like when you make an art and people help you with your art, the bonds that come. He might be scared. Connection. He's scared about more things than he's.
It's his insecurity because he was a fucking failure anyway. You heard his grade.
He's cool. He said he had F's and C's.
Snaps, that's fresh.
Yeah, he was a fucking failure his whole life. So
I was thinking that too, though.
Yeah, but also on top of it, you got to question, like, even with all of us chasing whatever dreams, whether it's comedian, singer, fucking movie star, pocket, whatever, right? You gotta question, like, what's her vision of success, right? Because it might not be to be Beyonce either. You know what I mean? It might be like, yo, I just want to drop an album, and the church might fuck with my album. That might be my goal. To have
I think this conversation comes from somewhere else, because I shouldn't even say this because this could hurt like business, but you will have customers who are over what they would call the hill, that have some very if you want to call them unrealistic expectations of what they're going to do, because they believe in their art. Like, dog, once I finish this tape and I put this joint up, bro, they're going to go crazy over this. Yo, this the club joint. When I take this joint to Power 99, nigga, it's up.
Right.
Up from here, nigga. Up, and they usually have opinions about other people. Meek, he not that nice, bro. Like, all the niggas that's popping on Meek, he not that nice. All these, they not that nice, bro. I'm telling you, when they hear my shit, and what if her attitude is a little bit of that? Like she really dreams of being
delusion.
This thing.
Beyonce,
I don't want to say delusion, because people have pulled off some delusional looking, situations.
Yeah, I ain't saying it's delusional makes it impossible, but I'm just saying, is that what you described?
Yeah, where he's hearing some things that make him look at her like, oh man, she's bugging right now. She talking about she about to be Rihanna, like.
But that's the tricky part, because that's where you got to understand where his thought process is rooted from.
Right.
Because again, he can be seeing it through that perspective out of his own fear of losing his woman. He could have got so tight with them being congested together through life experiences. He says my wife of two and all these different things. Now he's afraid for that separation that might come as she expands herself. Because yes, he might be the leader in the household, but she might go into the studio and be led by the engineer or the songwriters, and he might have a problem with that.
Yeah.
So
She might be the shit in there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and that could, and because at the end of the day, the more successful she become, it's natural that she's going to develop a sense of independence from him. He could be afraid of that. Can you be mad at a man for wanting to keep his family together? No, but at the end of the day, we all want to be supportive of somebody chasing their dreams, which is what Slice was saying, which is why I understand. It's like, that's why I'm big on, if it really makes you happy, do it.
So
Do you really want to be living with an unhappy woman
Exactly.
in the house?
So this is the crazy part. For all y'all that know, Joe Rivers is really that deal. I could stand on it 10 toes
I
down.
love it.
Singing, writing, everything, songs.
Thank you.
Amazing. I will stand on it firmly, right? But there's opposites of that. There's people
Who thinks she trash?
that no. There's people. It might be a singer named Bo Rivers. No Rivers. That's trash. What happens when, if it's you, Wolf, your wife's let's say she's a wonderful person, and she really sucks. Them notes is terrible. You really know. I said, this is a thing. You're like, I'm really not being an asshole. I love everything about my wife. She all that. I think she got the look. She better looking than Beyonce. But I tell you what, them notes, they ain't doable.
Ain't no
Them songs, they corny. Not because I know her. I love music. She's just whack. And
He said that whack hard.
if he
With a
said-
capital W.
yo. So if he's like, she's just whack, I feel like she's embarrassing herself. And I will admit, I'm a little embarrassed. And then our finances are being poured into this as well. It's bad all the way around. I'm trying to stop her. I'm saying you too old because I don't want to say you suck.
That's his fault then, because you got to be willing to collide for the bigger picture.
Yeah, all
You
that
gonna tell your wife she
compromise.
suck?
Yeah.
You got to be willing to bump
That's a nice way to
heads.
say it, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna say you suck, but it's like, it's one of them situations where you have an honest conversation, and if your intentions are well, you like, I can control what I say. I can't control what you hear. I have to say what I mean by way of my intentions. Whatever you receive from it is based on your interpretation of life and your perspective. If she say, "Oh, he wasn't supportive," she's gonna go to the next studio or the next man, and he's going to end up saying the same thing.
So you could
and she's
see-
like, "Damn, my husband wasn't hating."
So if you was rapping, you could see yourself being with your wife, because we talked about this before with Joe Rivers, and she's just like, babe, I want to support it. I really love hip hop and all of that. You're not good at putting words
I
together.
prefer it.
You're
I prefer it.
you were
Only because I'm an artist. I used to rap. I wrote books. My art is always being judged. You're not, even if I just give my perspective on the internet, it's getting judged. So for me, I would rather it come from somebody that is in the same car as me,
That truly loves you. Yeah.
that cares about me.
because you just going fuck on the your side joint that think you the best.
That's for the weak. Nah, that's for the weak ego. That's for the weak ego. But I don't need. See, when you really trying to grow and develop, you don't want the yes people around you.
You don't.
You don't. And it's like, even when I was a rapper, I used to like go into sessions and niggas would never ask people their perspective because they just felt like they had it. Whereas though I didn't care if I knew you or not, I wanted to know, because even if I disagree with what you said, I still want your perspective on it.
Right.
So if I'm that confident in my music, her perspective is still valid and valuable. That don't mean I'm gonna take her advice.
What about like the Jay Lachey situations, right? She's a big time comedian, right? So the dude who dates her come to the show and he's watching all these men lust over her. Because I've been to like 3 or 4 of your shows and the men go crazy over you in the crowd. Now I'm being honest. I'm being totally honest, right?
What type of jokes you telling in there?
Yeah, she in there doing something.
Freak joke.
But I know, like, if you're not a secure man and you sit in the audience and everybody's hitting on your girl, like, every man's not built
It
for that
hasn't worked
either.
for me yet.
Yeah,
It
they're not.
hasn't worked for me
Yeah.
yet. No man has been able to really handle or, support me. I had one guy I dated for 9 months. He didn't come to one show.
Because he couldn't want to see it. He wanted to
I
visualize
begged
it.
him. I asked him. I remember on the last podcast, he never came to one.
You don't want to see niggas
So-
jerking off and laughing at the same time.
You might have to get somebody.
But my
Damn, you know what I would do to her? He's standing right behind your man. You know what I would do to her when she get up there?
Let a nigga fuck up one
Yeah.
time. He hear that shit, then he feel like he on eggshells.
That's
Like,
funny. My ex-husband is my biggest fan. He watches all of this stuff. He watches every podcast. He looks at all my stuff and he'll text me, you doing everything for likes. I'm sick of you and all of that. But he's a big fan. He love my stuff.
You gotta fuck with somebody.
I don't
when
know.
you on stage,
I don't know what kind of shot.
When you on stage, you gotta fuck with somebody that likes when you get that attention. It makes him feel like the man. Like, yo, all these niggas want her, but she coming back home with me. That's the type of nigga that you gotta get.
So imagine that imagine her going on stage and maybe not getting booed. That's what I'm saying. But people was just in that joint like, she sucks.
And that's right, baby. You doing your thing.
You gotta be supportive in that building.
But you like
extra laughing.
You like, damn. I'm talking about like on the singing tip. I'm talking about back to Shorty.
Okay.
And now you seeing how people looking at it and your finances, because this might sound like, I'm not sure if this is what he said, but if he is the main financial person of the house, and now budgets are real in households.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't get that new roof because you want that new booth. But this ain't going nowhere. That's a hard joint.
You gotta not spend the money on the studio. You gotta take that money. Like, everybody at home, listen close. Take that money. You gotta pay all the people to pack a show for, man. Book the show, everybody.
You know what?
But you pay everybody to boo the shit out of her.
Yo, that's
And like, you gotta break her spirit. All
But it
one
can't
night.
come from you.
But not from you.
It can't come from
That's
Can't come from you. You
fucked
gotta destroy her.
So
right?
you gotta have people paid that you gonna
Paid
punch
to boo.
on, that you gonna punch on in the crowd so she can see you.
One person,
You know, so
like,
she
she
can
know
see you.
I'm right, and like the nigga start booing. He started that, so that's why I stole him. You gotta destroy her mentally from that.
That
career.
That's crazy.
But then you
Yo.
save so much money.
What?
'Cause you don't have to buy a studio or nothing. It's just one show.
Or since he's the main financial provider, after I believe in compromise, have her get a fucking part-time job. That she's funding her own shit. So I'm still taking care of home, but you got your own part-time job with your own money. You can do what you want with it.
This is the crazy part too. They, homie's not the only person that's went through this, but also you think about how many people believe that somebody you suck, that you think sucks, their person didn't believe in them, maybe for good reason, because we think they suck, but look what they become.
Right. Look at Ice JJ Fish.
So it's like something happens.
It's a lean. Yep.
Something happens and they catch a wave. They make one song that becomes a novelty that makes a bunch of money, and now you kind of sitting there like, damn.
And the song could be trash because I feel like nowadays we live in an era where there are no rules. You can do what you want. You could be trash. Put your videos out on Instagram and they go viral, even for being bad. But guess what? It's still creating revenue. You still getting popular.
Yes.
Now people was paying JJ Fish to come do shows in the club.
Because we
I don't know
all
why I ain't write that shit.
yeah, we all end up in different pockets. You could be everything leads to media now. So you might have been a poet, you end up doing some kind of podcast show or something, or hosting or whatever. So they might end up with a little hit joint or something that people laughed at, but now she a podcaster making all this bread, and you didn't support the joint, and that's how you're always remembered. That nigga never supported the shit that I was doing.
But you still hold a significant place in her career because it was you that motivated her to get there. So still give yourself a round of applause. We need the haters as well.
Yeah, man. So I guess support her, build the booth. I guess, man, you gotta build the booth. If you gotta take a loan,
go to Home Depot.
Or you could bring it to Deadwade Studio. You know what I'm saying? You can come right to SFX.
I supported all my niggas. My boss used to always say, Jay turn into whoever she dating. Because I literally would support these niggas in every venture that they ever wanted. I was a truck driver. I was a dispatcher. I was everything.
What if the nigga was like, he wanted to be a boxer old, though? Like he, the nigga close to 40, he want box.
I mean, I want to start boxing. So, I mean, I'm 32.
But you probably just want to box.
Yeah, just do.
Yeah, but I'm talking about he like signing the
professional
paperwork.
boxer.
I'm not going to lie to you either. We're not going to lie. You can get in the gym, but we're not going to.
All knockout. 0-8 is crazy.
Yeah.
That's my man. I'm like, get up.
Yeah, he's just out
You
there.
sleep so nice.
He's sexy as hell.
You sure can take a hit.
This is the thing. There's people out there, when you look at boxers' records and stuff like that, and they usually be like 15-0, go look at all the people that they fought when they start building up them fighters, and you will see a lot of those 1-8 records and stuff. Those dudes are going in there to get them a little quick $1,500 to $2,000, and they trying their best, but
They get knocked out.
they get knocked out. So You
Follow
know,
the journey.
Let
Follow
us
the
know
journey.
if you're gonna let people get knocked out. Let us know in the comments if y'all gonna support your girl if she sucks and she's old. And if your dude sucks at what he was doing and he's old. Also, let us know in the comments what you gonna do about that situation with the sister is still cool with the friend that cheated. That's with the person that cheated on. Come
Just
on now.
dirty.
You know, a lot of grimy shit,
Y'all
man.
never said if the sister should stop being friends with the friend though.
Yeah,
I've been said that. Yeah, she should have been stopped because why would you want to be friends with somebody that's moving like that?
That's
if
hard.
you do it to her, you would do it to me. That's how I would think.
I just don't know. What kind of the bonds are very, very specific, and
Oh,
I just
yeah.
don't
My
know.
best friend is probably close as my brother's equivalent. So I wouldn't cut off one brother for the other brother. I just probably feel fucked. I would check them though, but I wouldn't cut them off. Not
So
my
you would
best
just
friend.
be around chilling with them as the third wheel on their date.
Some bonds
Damn.
until we
Nah,
die.
That's crazy.
I ain't going on a
When you
date
put
with
it
the
like
niggas.
that, if you being so, I never even really thought about the fact, like kind of like being around it.
No.
Yeah, you gonna be in the
around it
mix.
feels-
You gonna
not
see
doing
it.
that.
Being
Not doing that.
around it is insane.
But did she say they fucked or did they get together?
no,
Like,
I think they was cheating. They was just
They
cheating.
cheated.
This
so,
is
so
cheating.
maybe
Because
it's
she
not
was
a
with the other one.
because
continuous.
they still together. Like they were still together. They were still together.
So, but I'm saying, is the ex-husband still with the best friend, or did the relationship end
I
there?
don't know. Did it? I don't know if it
but I
said
know.
that shit.
We gonna have to have him right
I'm
about
gonna have to
two.
pay him back.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Right.
There's the crazy part. Sometimes when we get to the questions and stuff like that, it be a question we got from somebody a month ago because we got to go through
Yeah, all them
and
fucking
pick,
questions.
and pick shit like that. So
Damn.
who knows, man? Also, I always want to throw this in there: chocolate chip and sip.
Hey,
Yes.
shout out to
February
Stormy P.
17th.
Yes.
Yeah, February 17th, chocolate chip and sip. Make sure that y'all go and get y'all tickets to go see Stormy P. You know, she's always viral, saying some crazy shit. If y'all want to see people wilding on stage, y'all want to laugh the whole night, enjoy yourself, hear good music, all that good stuff, make sure that y'all go and get those tickets for that chocolate chip and sip live February 17th, you know. But for myself, for Slice Maximus, you know what I'm saying? For Joe Rivers.
Can I do
you
a quick plug?
Yeah, you can, of course.
February 10th at the Showboat Casino in Atlantic City, the legendary house, formerly known as the legendary House of Blues, is now called the Bourbon Room, but I have a showcase. It's called Lovers and Friends. Tickets, links in my bio. Look for my name. Cop up and come on out. Bring your little dip
Yo,
or your sneaky link.
We'll put the link right here. We'll put the link right inside of our right in our description here on YouTube. That way it's even easier, and we'll throw it in there on the podcast, you know, on the podcast app and all of that. You know, of course, for Jayla Shea, who spit so much knowledge today, you know, and she's always sending shots back at niggas from the past. You know what I'm saying? They always
Pew,
getting them
pew.
shots, you know what I'm saying? And for the manipulator himself. The man with the mind powers, Charles Xavier over here, you know what I'm saying? Wolf, man. For everybody here, man, thank y'all. We'll see y'all later. Peace.